got ourselves our little Saturday news update. I'm sure you've seen. I figured I'd share some of my thoughts. Brett Bielema, Giants outside linebacker coach, he's headed back to college. He's going back to school. He's going to Illinois to be the head coach job there. And it's kind of a crazy deal for Illinois to be giving out this kind of contract. I mean, Lovie Smith is gone 6 years, and it starts at $4.2 million, which is nuts. Bruce Feldman first reported it. That's nuts. That's nuts for Bruce Bielema. And we always knew that Brett Bielema wanted to go back to college. I mean, in the offseason, once he took the Giants job, he interviewed for the Michigan State head coaching job. He interviewed for the Colorado head coaching job. It was kind of everyone who pays attention kind of knew that Brett Bielema was trying to go back to college, and Joe Judge was at that. I think he was asked in the offseason about that. He's like, yeah, we've got an understanding. Like, he's going to do what's best for his career. So he takes the job with, only 3 weeks left with the Giants, which sucks, but that's just the way the college rankings work. And Brett Bielema was going to be sought after. I mean, he coached 12 years at Wisconsin and Arkansas, and then spent the last couple of years and with New England working with their D-line. In fact, there was a rumor because Joe Judge was going to take the Mississippi State head coaching job that Bielema was going to be the DC. So he leaves. I don't have any hard feelings towards that. But he seemed to be a really good coach, though, like coaching the outside linebackers. I mean, Lorenzo Carter, before he got hurt, he was playing really well. O'Shane Ximines, we really didn't get to see it all this year. Marcus Golden, he didn't play much, but when he did play, I constantly said I thought he was the best pass rusher on the team, the best pure pass rusher. Kyler Fackrell was playing really well, and he was doing it in a do-it-all type of role. And then all those guys are gone, and now we have Carter Coughlin playing really well, where people are excited about him. Cam Brown and limited reps is doing okay. Nico Lelos, we've seen him make some plays and also be like kind of productive, just playing the position, not just getting the interception and the fumble recovery. So it seemed like he was doing a really good job with that position group, which I always find it like I always think about like this guy was in the Big Ten and in the SEC handling 90-plus Division I athletes, guys who all thought they were going to go to the pro, dealing with all that personality, dealing with the coaching staff where they're trying to, get better, dealing with recruiting, dealing with athletic directors, dealing with boosters, dealing with the media. And then it's like, all right, here's 6 players, get the best out of them. Like, it's got to be kind of refreshing for them. So it seems like he was doing a good job, and he was promoting himself a little bit too online. Like Justin had a tweet about Cam Brown and Carter Coughlin, and Bielema was like, "Yep, a bunch of great young guys just working hard." Like everyone kind of saw that he was aiming to get back in college as a head coach. So good for him. Stinks for the Giants, but I don't think anybody expected him to be here long term. It just sucks he leaves with 3 games left. What will the Giants do? Kevin Sherrer, who's the inside linebackers coach, will be taking over. In fact, somebody asked, who on this position, which position coaches could you see being a defensive coordinator if Graham was going to leave? And for me, it was Sean Spencer or Kevin Sherrer. Kevin Sherrer, he coached linebackers and special teams at Georgia and Tennessee. In fact, he worked with Lorenzo Carter in his time there. And obviously seemed to be a pretty good coach at Tennessee, and Coach Judge wanted him. And then also Jody Wright's going to be helping out, who is a defensive assistant. In fact, he was with Freddie Kitchens in Cleveland last year as an assistant, working with the offensive line. He did some special team stuff at Alabama with Judge. In fact, they were grad assistants together, him and Coach Judge, under Freddie Kitchens. In fact, if you guys remember the swing set story, the other assistant there with him was Jody Wright, so he'll be helping out. So we'll see how if it really affects them over these next 3 weeks. But it does suck to lose Bielema. We'll see what they do in the I don't think they're gonna go out and get somebody until the off season, but that'll be something that happens then. What else do we got? So Brett Bielema gone, Kevin Sherrer coaching the outside linebackers too, Jody Wright, Stephen Brown, offensive assistant. He gets COVID, which is kind of weird. Well, it sucks, but it's weird. He was somebody he was with Jason Garrett the last 4 years in Dallas and then followed him over here. So kind of weird that Jason Garrett and him were there. So if you want to get into conspiracy theories, There's your lane right there. And also, if you're a conspiracy theory guy, tight ends have been pretty healthy in 2020. Freddie Kitchens leaves the tight ends to be the play caller this week. Evan Ingram and Caden Smith are both injured. Now, they might both play. They might both not play. But Ingram has a calf injury. Caden Smith has a knee injury. So was Freddie Kitchens the glue that was holding those guys together? I don't know. That's for the conspiracy theory guys to figure out. But we're banged up. We are banged up going into Sunday Night Football. You always got a chance. But it's been a very interesting week for the Giants. For James Bradberry, Jason Garrett, Daniel Jones adding a second injury. Eli's tweeting out to let Daniel play. So maybe Daniel playing isn't as far-fetched as I thought previously. Like, that's kind of weird for Eli to tweet that out, but if Eli says it, I'll go with it. So a weird week. I'm sure we'll get some more crazy news within the next 24 hours. If you like the video, if you like the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We appreciate you guys. Let's go beat the freaking Browns on freaking Sunday Night Football. Let's go Big Blue.